Hello chat, how are we doing tonight? Anybody watching? I hope you've had a good 4th of July. I know it's a bit late. I wanted to get some things done. The city lags a little bit when I look toward the city, so that'll be a setting I'll have to look into. With the latest updates to Cities Skylines, there have been a lot of changes. I recovered the trees that I've been planting around, so all of these trees in most everywhere in the city has been planted by me, and with the change of a lot of mods, the anarchy mod, the tree anarchy mod has changed, and I needed to do a few things to make sure that would all come back, or we were going to be replacing trees tonight. The good thing is I don't have to. There are a few things that I do need to do, like around this intersection here. Let me zoom in, it'll get a little better. Like I said, I do still have to figure out a few of the graphic settings. There, see how much smoother that is? Where you notice a whole bunch of the rocks are missing, because these used to be perfectly lined in here. So I'm not sure if I want to still go ahead and line them up like I did, or do something a little different. I kind of like the way they look spotted like that. So let's go ahead and get started on some of this. I'm going to look at this intersection and the other one that I've made, and we'll see what we can do. So if we just kind of stick these in here, the rocks will still stick through, but the cliff face will kind of get masked, and that'll look a little bit better. And if we don't like any of it sticking through, just put a couple more down. But I don't mind a little bit of the like rock sticking through. So we'll just go ahead and stick some of these in there. I do have a number of mods installed. I do need to update the list for what I'm using. The city is not dead yet. I don't plan on letting it die. I'm going to finish it up, and hopefully it comes out as good as I hope. I'm definitely looking forward to Cities Skylines 2. This is by far one of my favorite games. I have essentially two that I love to play a lot. And you can probably tell by my channel. I love Conan Exiles. Not sure I can get that up there. That'll work. I'll put a little bit underneath. Not a lot of plants that grow underneath. That actually looks really good like that. So yeah, the City Skylines has got some new features. The AI on it is going to be amazing. So cars are going to be a lot smarter. The Sims, how many the computer will track, or the game. That's going to be amazing. I think I could live with that. That looks pretty good. So some of the mods I've had to change here are like I said, the tree and prop and tree anarchy is what it is. I had to remove that, replace that with tree control and prop control. I think there's a building control as well. So they're individual mods to take care of the same thing. So they're a little smaller, a little lighter. Some of the controls are down here on the left. So here's your tree anarchy. There's your lock forestry and tree snapping, which is all the same as it was in the proper tree anarchy. The good news is those rocks have adjusted themselves appropriately, because at one point they weren't. They were kind of floating in the air. So this one, just looking to see if there's another pile of rocks that went missing. I didn't use too many in this at this interchange. Most of it is pretty open, so when you're driving in, you have the ability to kind of know, get into the road right. Yeah, see cars coming before you're merging. I think that's working pretty good. Let's see, let's check out this intersection. This was kind of a nice one to make. It's looking pretty good. I got the rocks in the middle, that's good. And could add a little more bushing in there, but I think that's alright. Got a good amount of detail in there still, so that's good. I don't see anything missing. Very happy with that. And in here, excuse me, in here we've got a lot of yards. So the yards probably could use a few trees. So what if we go in here? We'll use our Angel City. They called it light trees. I'm not sure exactly why. We'll make that a lot smaller. Kind of control it a little bit. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. We don't need to be all tight. Not sure we're going to fit anything in there. Let's take a look. Right, so there's a small space in there. That would be really difficult to fit. And we don't want to use the anarchy because we will stick in too much. So what do we got here? We see oak trees. I think that's a horse chestnut. Let's scroll over, let's take a look. Do a couple pine trees maybe. Kind of separate some yards. Oh, I know, and I like this wood too, the Eastern Cottonwood. Don't want to go overboard with that one. Let's go ahead and put another oak tree. I'll move it away from the pool a little bit. Maybe a young linden. Just to kind of add a little extra into the backyards. Let's see here. We still have space? We do have some space in here. We have a need for population. In fact, let's go ahead and run the game. I don't think anything's going to go wrong with that. Famous last words, right? Let's go ahead and let's put in a couple smaller houses. Just to fill that up. Oh, I hear upgrades. The tree movement. That looks a little ridiculous, doesn't it? Yeah, look at the shadow movement. Alright, let's go ahead and go look at one of the mods. I want to look at the tree control. And tree movement. Let's knock that down quite a bit because I think that might have a little bit to do with it. Let's turn it back on. That is weird. It's supposed to resemble a wind or something. Let's do that again. Tree control. It was at 0 when the mod installed, so... Oh, that's way better. Okay, so lesson learned. Keep that at 0. Because now it looks more natural. It would be nice to actually turn it all the way off, maybe, but... yeah, that's not bad. Alright, so the modder tried to add a little more realism to the lights and shadows. It's a little off. It's kind of weird. That might be something else to look into. See if we can adjust that. Should we add just a couple more trees? What do we got in here? A lot of that, so... don't need more generic pine trees. Let's go ahead and add... if you're careful, you can actually add in a couple of those things in various locations without collision. Alright, we're just going to let that go. It looks a little better. It's filled in some more. This park was really nice. Let's see. Where are we sitting with the park? So we're actually making a big income. All we're waiting on is enough visitors. And it was left at 17. I'll put up to 20 to see if that'll change the income at all over some time. That was a nice park. And then we've got the other brush that we created for doing this brush here in the middle. This tree brush. So some scrub brush. So there is something that's causing a lag. But here's a brush that I did for that. If we come over here and take a look. It's kind of a brush scrub kind of stuff, a little undergrowth. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our other interchange that we built a long time ago. And we will notice the rocks here did the same thing. Lots of them disappeared. Not sure why they disappeared. Let's see if we can put them back in. Go ahead and grab that. We'll use the line tool. Spacing should probably be around, I think, 4. But I think the rotation needed to be, I want to say, I think it was supposed to be near 90 to make it look better. They go that way. Let's see. 45 puts them at a weird angle. So I don't know if that looks better. Excuse me. Or if that. And I can make them a little closer. If you look at this, they kind of go sideways, I think. Yeah, they're a bit more sideways. let's go ahead and increase the distance. Just gotta fill them in. That didn't fill in right. Yeah, so they're filling in a little weird. Let's go ahead and put some individual ones in here. We can give them a different rotate. It's a little different with this property tree anarchy, or anarchy kind of mod. Actually, this is just line tool technically. Oh, sure, I guess we had a large one after I figured out how to put the bigger one in there. The size of them is random, so they're not always beneficial to what you're trying to do. I think then we can fill in again with some more of this high vegetation just to kind of fill in those gaps. Makes it look like it's not exactly landscape in between. Maybe get some overgrowth going. The other side already has lots of it, so it's not too bad. It's becoming nighttime. Let's go ahead and take a look at the city. Oh, there's our sky. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at our city. Oh, I think we need power and heat. Well, we're trying to fix the city, so let's go take a look. So we look over here, we got 103% power used, and yeah, they're definitely cold. So, one thing we can do for that... Oops, I'm in the wrong window. Hold on. We're going to go to our budget. So over here under economy, let's go ahead and give that... I guess technically we don't need to do it during the daytime. Heat is also controlled by water. So water, sewer, and heating. Let's go ahead, we'll boost that up. Let's see what that does. Is it enough? Doesn't quite look like enough. Enough for electricity, but not for heat. So let's go ahead and give that a bunch. Till we can get over here and redo our electric and heat and hot water. So I need a little bit more for the water. Go to 126%. Let's see what that does. Don't want to boost it up too much. There we go. We're at 99%. 98%. Everything's okay. Let's take a look. If I get rid of some of these words here, let's see. Turn off the road names. Turn off. Nope, let's leave the buildings on. I don't know why that's there. Whoop, that's the contours. Alright, I don't have the district names in here. Yep, I don't have that set up. So that'll be something else I gotta do. Make a note of that. But that looks pretty nice. You head down to one of these main streets. Whoa, right here. A little jumpy. Look at that. With fireworks. Perfect. Uh-oh. And if talk about fireworks. This area is growing nicely. I like that. So another thing I want to do is figure out how to adjust so that I don't run daytime, because if I'm trying to do some things like right now, I want to see some stuff. Kind of hard to do. So something else we got to do. We continually have a problem with one of these places. Actually, two different places here. So this one and this one, they continually have problems. The problem is that when I put them down, I turned them around. Notice the sidewalk in the front. Now they'll function. And then this one, these ones here actually, same thing. The sidewalk for them comes out the front. Now they're also technically too far back from the road. Make the sidewalks work. We can actually clean up everything just a little bit in here. I think plopping these, or no, plopping them, putting them down, that's, unless I moved them, like this one, they put in a little too far from the road. This one, on the other hand, way too close. There. Now those should function. The garbage truck should pick up garbage, and that should now work perfectly. We'll turn off Move It, take a look. Let's see, if you look at the transfer manager information, garbage. It was picked up recently, I believe. Nice. Now we have people coming in and going out. Nice. That will now function. They won't fail like they've been. That was definitely something I saw and figured out. It's been plaguing us for the past few episodes. Let's take a look in our tree area in here. Some of these trees are a little weird. I wonder if we could do a little bit with might not be able to with that. We'll have to add a little extra strength. Just doing a couple clicks here and there just to see if we can fill it in with some other decent looking trees. There's a lot of birch in there. So some of the recent updates to Cities Skylines, and it's pretty foggy actually. It should start burning off as the sun's coming up. So another thing to change, about to adjust fog. Oh, we got rocks in here. Does that look good? Yeah, they're all in there. The other area that I had a lot of rocks in was in here. They're not bad. They're in there. I'm not sure how much of it exists still or went missing, because I do have all these little rocks. They're still in there. I still have the undergrowth. Guess we could live with that. Looks good. It is a quarry, so we're going to have a lot of rock face, and cool. I like it. So one of the other mods that's changed is the theme manager. So with this one, it's different colors. How are we doing here? Students are down, but everything else is still just holding. Bonus from exchange students, tuition fees, a little bit per person. 2 years ago. Yeah, so we're on a little bit of a decline here. That'll be something else we gotta work on, is increasing our population. We have 53,000, and all of that land right there, we cannot buy another one, and we need to get to 70,000. So we need another, a little more than 17,000 people. So I do have a plan for that, so stay tuned for that episode. And I think we're doing pretty good here with what I'm looking at. I'm not seeing a lot of missing detail. These guys have a very nice view of a river right out their back door. Is that a swing set? Yes. So they're swinging. There are kids in the back of the house. Probably could use some fencing. What do you think? Let's go ahead and do a little fencing in here. What would be a good fence? They want to look through it, so we could do the nature reserve. I kind of like the farm fence for this, I think. Let's turn off some of the snapping, maybe? Yeah, let's turn off all the snapping. Let's go ahead and do this ourselves. And some of these people might want to run the fence between their houses. Right? Not everybody has a fence, but why not have enough people have fences? I think maybe if this guy had his fence in his backyard, he might want to put it on the side too. Yeah. Now the kids are a little more safe. Maybe also, let's see, maybe just a bit of a hedgerow here. Let's go ahead and knock that down. Just a little to help keep kids away from the fence. Cool. Probably do with a little tree. Yeah, it looks a little nicer having the fencing there. Alright. Let's go ahead and check out our lamps here. Yep, they're all there. All the trees are. This looks good. Decorations around here. This is all complete. So, it's decoration around the school. This arboretum is still easily seen from the road. We call that the botanical gardens. That's what it is. It's not bad, not bad. This is looking good. I'm happy with that. A little bit here. We'll get to cleaning that up when we start developing in these areas. So we're going to need to work on the parking in here. This is looking good. I'm not seeing anything that is standing out saying, hey, you didn't decorate here. So I like it. Okay, and we're back to here. So let's go ahead and let's check out the middle of the island again. Nice rocks are planted on the ground, not floating in the air like it was. Let's see, this intersection had a couple trees. A few rocks still sticking around it. Alright, looking good. Could clean this up right here. What is that? Just a node issue, it looks like. It's a node controller. Grab that. Let's go ahead and square them up. That looks pretty good. And then not the button I was looking for. Another node right there. To me, that node is too close to the other one. That'll work out better. This is probably a little too high here. We can make some small adjustments. That's not because of the mods and stuff like that though, so not too shabby. That is sloped, you can see it. Alright, any other decorations along here? Now it seems like it's running pretty smooth. So here we don't have a lot of, we don't have any rocks along the edges, but I actually kind of like the way it looks. I think we'll leave that. You see the oil field coloring in here. This needs a little something. It's a big giant roundabout. It's a little, probably a bit oversized, but why not? Let's go ahead and stick in a nice rock formation, maybe something oversized like that. I don't know if I can squeeze this one in here. Might look a little weird there. If you can overlap them, sometimes the rocks will look normal in there. Let's see, what else? Alright, so let's go ahead and try out our tree anarchy. Oh yeah, there we go, it's working. Because now we can go in here and actually get some bushes planted in here. So then we have a little more depth. Here's the funny thing, is they're double clicking, so if I remove one, it's still there. Kind of weird. We could also put in taller grasses. Just a little extra height in the trees. Looking nice, I like that. Could always come in here. I don't know how much of this is going to kind of hide within the image of the oil. And of course it's becoming nighttime. Well, let's turn that back off again. Alright, so let's test something. Let's figure something else out. So we have, not this one. There is, if I can figure out which one it is. So the eye candy has been changed. So eye candy here now, so shift U. Let's check that. If I do a shift U, that brings up some good things. Now what I'm wondering is if we can pause. There we go. Now we can pause daytime. Let's go ahead and stick it back to midday. Now we can see what we're doing again. So as I was saying, the undergrowth or overgrowth that we put in here, the low vegetation, kind of blends in with the oil patch. But anyway, at least the decorations that were missing are not missing after I fixed the certain patches, different mods. Got all the rocks in place. They're not floating in the air. Trees are looking much better at daytime rather than nighttime. Alright, looking good, looking good. So yeah, that's one of the hard parts when Cities Skylines updates, is what mods are still going to work, which ones are going to break, having to wait for the modders to fix them, and if some of the modders are still around. I have to put a fence in along this side of the water and this. Could also probably put in a key wall here. We put one in that actually is walkable. That'd be pretty nice. See, and then there's a rock stuck in the middle of the road, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. That, tell you the truth, that was probably there before. This is looking good. I am not... We are missing something. We had a statue here. And if we look, some of the flowers appear to be missing. Flowers we could get away with. You'd say that they just died, dried up. So let's see if we can find that statue. So that was a... What was that? That was... Might have to use find it. I should have find it. Let's see if we can figure out where find it is. Let's see. It's not a monument. Could have been a monument. Is it considered a prop? Yeah, it's a prop. It's this one here. So somehow the mod removed that one. Well, I'm not sure if that was the same one I had in here, but I like this one. Let's see if there was another one. Ooh, forgot I had those. Water fountains. Electrical boxes. Not sure what the curbs are good for. Alright, well, there we go. If it wasn't that one, it is now. That's nice. I like that. Otherwise, it is looking like everything here is in place. The city is doing well. Double check these ones again. So we click on that, click on this. Take a look at the status. Garbage does look like it's getting taken care of. So we do have some mail that we need to take care of. Oh, let's see, do I have a post office in here? I don't know. Want to put a post office in? Let's see if we put a post office in here. What would a post office be under? What service provides post office? Postal services here. Okay, hopefully not a big deal. Let's see here. Post office. Let's see what that looks like. The one little house there. You know, I think a post office might go good on a normal street corner. Right here would be good. Kind of, building's a little too tall right there. Yeah, there we go. Slowly built into the ground there. So if we don't like the height of some of these buildings, like this one, we can lower it. So downgrade the building a couple times. Let's make that historical so it stays. Because these are really a bit too big. I don't mind some of the slightly bigger ones. What was this one if it was lower? Yeah, let's make it a big bite. There we go. Oh, there's too many of them. What is this? Looks like they might be a little from the Japanese creator packs, I think. These are definitely too tall. We'll do that, I guess. Breaks down about the same. Yeah, we need a gas station. Here we go. Alright, how many of these do we need? What if we upgrade it? They don't have an upgrade path. So yeah, we'll go with that. Problem is the width of these are kind of stuck. Let's go ahead and make them historical so they don't change. And let's go ahead and change them ourselves. Seriously, what? Oh, because it's historical. That's hysterical. Strange. Now I can't adjust it. Whatever. That'll work. It won't grow any bigger, that's for sure. Alright, so decorations. These are looking good. We've rescued this one. We've got... Looks like everything's in here. We had rocks I think we had rocks along here. If not, we just had a lot of overgrowth, which seems to be thin and maybe missing. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think this is what we used. Because these people aren't going to look at that. And if we want, we can go back here to the other content creator packs for more edges, kind of fill in some of the gaps that appear to have gone missing. Some of it looks like it's trying to drop below ground. See how it sinks? That's because we're at the edge of the bridge. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't do the tree snapping. That's not the function. Give it a little extra height here if we do some of that. Gives it depth. Could even put in maybe just a little bit of grass along the edges there. Just a little extra detail if you're looking in that area, but you come back out, you don't see it. Also, if we wanted, come back here, grab those, go to the shrubs, increase the size, but let's cut down on the density a little bit. Okay, maybe not so much. Strength, let's go density. Just kind of give it a little extra in the woods. Maybe even stronger and a little more dense. And if we don't like it, like it's not thick enough, just add a little more. So now it looks a little bit more filled in. And make sure the trees don't overlap the train tracks. We're good to go. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing much missing. We've got all the logs lined up over here. This is looking good. So then we have this one, which all the rocks are still there. Not that those rocks are the ones I want, but they're there. Could do a little bit more in here again. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Again, with the little extra growth here. There we go. Hides a little bit of the embankment there. Could change to some low vegetation in here, because again, this is not really a maintained area. What's nice is you could also come in and throw in a little bit of bushes. We could go with that. Alright. We don't have a lot along here, but that's okay. This is still got room for decorations. More things to happen. We had trees running along the train tracks. That's still good. The tracks still look good. They're not really messed up. This one's a little weird. Looks like it curls back on it. Still functional. Let's take a quick peek. If we hit node controller, wow. Look at that. That is something special, isn't it? So there's our controls. We still got move it attached. Technically, that functions as an actual run. Train tracks can curve quite a bit like that. Oh, I think we can work with that. This one's outside of the border, but see, that one's already better. Yeah, we can work with that. So it's nice seeing that stuff all functioning over here. Turn off, move it again. Commercial zone goods are being taken out of there, so that's good. Let's see, all the trees that I put in here to make that look good all exist. Still got the trees there. I do feel like something's missing in here. I think some trees are missing. So let's go ahead and put in a couple. Put the line tool in again. We'll put them at approximately 6 meters. Too much. Let's go up a little higher, 6.5. Gonna go to 8. Let's see. I think we could do 8. Line them up there. Alright. Okay, cows are allowed. So now the cows can have some shade. Yeah, I think that's better. If we come back here, we got our trees. Let's make this nice and small. Let's not put a lot of strength or density in it. Yeah, somehow I think some of the trees went missing in here. I think we can work with that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I feel like some of them went missing. Could probably use some more parking in this area. They're using up quite a bit there. So let's go ahead and throw some of those in real quick. Where do we find parking nowadays? These lots are looking good. I like them now. Those are too big. But if we want to use the ones that we already had, interesting. Huh. It's showing some of those things. Wait, what is this? Oh. That helpful? That's better. And if we hit move it, we can kind of make them look like they go together. And if you want to hold shift, you can actually move both together. A little better. Yeah. So yeah, some of the decoration disappeared, and we've been able to put more things back together. Not sure how odd that looks compared to this one now, though. I do like this one still. I could try to put some more rocks in there. Let's see what happens. Rocks. Rocks. Spacing a little too big. What do we think? About 4.5? Yeah. So yeah, you could just come in and fix this with the line tool. So it is annoying when some of the mods and updates cause them to disappear. But it wasn't too bad. A lot less disappeared than I was fighting with. I was able to recover a whole bunch of it. Hey there, how you doing? Have any questions? Let me know. Yeah, that looks better. I know some are still missing. Put some individuals in, maybe. Kind of need a better angle. There we go. Yeah, it looks more like the way I had it. But I do like the updates they've done, though. In fact, one of the things they put in that we haven't looked at, I got to figure out where it is there's a timer for when Cities Skylines 2 comes out. Oh, here's another area that we got to check. Everything looks decorated. Bella Park looking great. Let's see if we take a look and find it. So, where would they have put that? It's not under the hotels. That's another thing we got to mess with is hotels. They're considered a park. They put tiny parks in. That was another cool thing. I do have all the content creator packs. We got the Chirper Balloon Tour that was put in for their birthday, the birthday plaza. That was fun. I haven't even put that one in yet. How big is that anyway? Ooh, that's huge. Is that a bank? That's a bank. We need a post office in here too, I think. That's a firehouse. Yeah, let's put a post office in here. We need a couple of them. Put it in right there. Everybody gets happier. We'll hit the parking lots here. Let's use one of the new ones. I like the new ones too. They look great. So you compare that one to this one. That makes you want to replace this one. Yeah, those are much nicer. This one's not bad. Got the lights down the center as opposed to the bushes. These ones don't have the bumpers. So these ones I downloaded off of Steam have the little parking bumpers. So that's cool. So yeah, I've been able to figure this one out pretty good. So we've got a school, we've got medical clinic, police station, firehouse, there's the bank, there's the post office, all right here. That worked out nice. Nice train stations in here as well. That's the bus depot, isn't it? Oh no, firehouse. Oh, that's right, bus depot moved. Very, very popular location. Very well used. I love it. This park is doing amazing. Looks like everything is functioning as it should. I don't see any issues with trees in most of these places. Oh, we did have this one I also needed to check. Forgot this one. So this looks, I think it looks just like how I left it. Very good. Alright, I'm happy with this. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. We don't own anything out here, so we can't change this intersection here yet. But what we can do, because again, we need to reach 70,000 in population. Right now we're kind of bouncing right here at almost 54. So what we're going to do in the next video, in the next episode, is I'm going to put in our first passenger train. We're going to run from downtown over toward the Stadium District. And we are going to add a large population area right in here. So if we give that a district paint, we'll go ahead and put that in. So all of this will be turned into our next district we'll work in. So we're going to use the new decorations they have, the new buildings. The Brooklyn and Queens buildings will go in there. So that'll give us kind of a medium density. So it won't be all the low density here or like the high density in the city. It'll be right in the middle. And in fact, a lot of this could also be changed out, because it doesn't quite go with this small and then some higher density. So that could be something. In fact, why don't we take this block here and do that? How would I go about doing that? Let's see here. See, I don't mind some of that district. This, though, we'd have to change a bunch of this. Alright, we'll save that one, because that'll be something I'm going to think about. I think we're going to change out some of that district there. And we are going to work on this one. So this one here, we're going to use the Brooklyns and Queens. Now I have to check what's included because we may need offices and shopping. Alright, so we're going to tell it what style we want, but we're also going to go take a quick peek. So if we go in here and look at Brooklyn and Queens, what is included? So we have these for medium, say a medium density. Technically it's a high density, but that is it. There is nothing for office, so we need that. We are also going to need some shopping, so we could do that one, or I think, nope, not that one, Modern City Center. I think we could do Modern City Center, because those are high density as well. Let's see what's in the heart of Korea that has a mix of a few things. Nothing high density living, but high density shopping. They're tall and skinny. Africa Miniature, that's another one we want to take a look at. Industrial Revolution, this is another nice pack. And University Styles, these are nice. I think this one I can get rid of. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, so okay, so we're going to need small office. And what do you think? Shopping? No, not shopping. Modern City Center. Yes. Alright, so Styles, Modern City Center, and small offices, along with Brooklyns and Queens. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll get that all set. That's what's going to work. I don't think there's going to be any real special policies in here. Not right now, anyway. So there we go. That'll be our new area. Alright, cool. Oh, hey, look at that. We've made it to level 5. So now this is fully operational. Let's go ahead and crank that up because we might as well take advantage of it. Yeah, that'll work. We don't need more guests in there. Don't need to add to the cost. Nice. Very cool. The population is bouncing, so we're going to have to do a little bit to make this look a little more complete in here. Alright, I am happy with this. So the trams will have a stop added in this area. We'll have to add a subway section in here. We're going to add a train station from the downtown area somewhere in here, all the way back to the stadium district over there. Let's take a quick peek at our intersections over here, because this is functioning pretty well. I like it. I can say I definitely appreciate the single point urban interchange. Getting this to function with this light over here has been difficult. Because here we have, everybody wants to go straight or turn, so I don't know why the turners are trying to be here. Except that they're trying to turn in here. question. So if we take a look at, see, there's a lane here, a place where they can switch, but they're trying to be in this lane here. So that's very interesting. I love the walking. It's working awesome. Alright. Well, not much I can do with it. It runs very well. It clears out. I've played so many times with this intersection, and this is pretty much the best it gets right now. See how it clears right out? So, happy with it. It works. Once we can increase a little bit more ability to traverse from one side of the city, well, the city actually, to like this area, that'll take out some of this excess traffic. If we can provide other ways into the city besides this. And this does as well. This does quite a bit. This is doing a little bit more. So, well, I appreciate you all hanging out. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that like button below and subscribe so you can be notified of future videos. I'd like to thank you for allowing me to share my playtime with you. Have a good night.